Jumbo Africa. Well, Jumbo Africa, we're here today. I've tried to take this off. I can't get it off. You know, I'm from that event here next door.
Are you sending us a signal?
Hey, I'm from that event, Pagania, and then there's also Amstel featuring. Well, Amstel, I think you must do the right thing on this show. I think now that I cannot take it off. Amstel, you must, really. This is the show.
The young people like Mashumi, they say, plug us.
Plug us. Plug us, Amstel, plug us. Yep, it's happening. I was watching the game yesterday, Niger versus Senegal. The less said about that one, the better.
It's critical but stable.
No, it's the first game. It's just the first game.
So I must say, man, the legend, you can see,
I was not expecting this, especially after Nigeria's performance.
Legend, what was the question today?
No. You must just. Nigeria played yesterday. I'm here with my confidence. Just to give you some hope.
So that's why you are wearing like this.
No. Today I just decide to,
Yes.
sometimes, you need to come.
Yes.
Always in the tracksuit, but now you just need to come.
You need something, right?
Something else, something different.
That's good.
Because I didn't know that in Nigeria they love basketball like this,
Yeah, they do, because most of the Nigerians, they're born in America. So they play this basketball. In Nigeria too, they try to promote the sport. Yeah, but the Tigers, I think they really did Nigeria proud.
100K. I think previously, what was the team that achieved? It was the team of the big boss here.
Keshi, 2013.
Did they also get this 100K?
No. This is a new regime. Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Every regime has its own way of rewarding the players, the sport people. So this regime, you remember too the election coming up in 2 years. So this regime tried to say something that we doing well, and people that's the sport around us is doing well too. Because you have the Falcon that won, and now the Tigers, the basketball. Unfortunately, the home base Chan team lost yesterday, but it's the first game. We'll see how they go. If they don't want 100K, that's their problem. There's a standard now. Everyone has set.
Let's go get the money.
Everyone wants to get the land, because if you win the tournament, you get a 3-bedroom flat and you get 100K. So
I watched that Nigerian team, so even that's a mere trapping of the ball. First touch.
I don't know how that team was assembled. I want to think maybe still the early season, early tournament butterflies and stuff like that. They've got the senior coaches coaching them. I also watched a bit of the match. I was entirely impressed.
But this tournament, Chan, I think it reflects, or it's a true reflection of the state of the National League.
Yeah. You need to treat your league very well, in terms of the local league, which is very important, because that's where you get, a lot of talents that go away, go to Europe, come to, African countries like the North Africa and the Southern region, but you have to, first of all, the Champions League, the Confederations Cup, you have to treat those tournaments very well, because when you compete in that stage, now your local league will be stronger, because there's going to be more competitive teams that want to play Champions League and Confederations Cup. But you can see for the past 5-6 years, Nigeria haven't really, in the Champions League, in the Confederations Cup, they haven't get to the group stage. That's the worst part, So you can see.
And also, I think it must be a wake-up call for countries who should not qualify, and those that are there but are not of a good level.
Yes.
To say maybe a little bit more emphasis must be put on the improvement of the local league. As you say, believe that the teams that have got strong leagues will be the ones that they will have the better players, better coaching, better facilities wherever they come from, to be able to perform. So you can sort of say maybe the national team that's going to win this chart will be a team with a stronger league back home. So it's very important that the respective countries improve their leagues.
True.
Also some of these players will probably maybe be playing Champions League and CAF Cup which is very good. But looking at what CAF are doing, African football is improving.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Champions League 5-6 years ago. It was chaos all over the place wherever you looked. Conference Cup was even worse. Teams didn't even want to play that thing. Chan now, Chan is a little bit more attractive.
Yeah.
And it can only grow from where we are now. So I'm quite happy and really proud to be an African. Looking at what Dr. Putin managed to transform the federation, which was always known for problems over the years.
There's a point that I want to make also, especially in the Morocco game. I also watched Morocco against Angola. But let's first hear from the doctor, Dr. Walter Steenbok. He's there as part of the technical study group, the TSG, and he talks about the importance of Chen. As you know, that he's also scouted players, especially for Sundowns in the Chen tournament. You are off to a continental assignment already.
Yeah, I mean, I need to really thank CAF. After the under-20 championship, now I work as a consultant for CAF, in the technical study group, and I'll be going to Chen tomorrow. I'll be based in Kenya to really watch that group. It's going to be exciting. So really thanks a lot to CAF, but also to the SABC, who have also afforded me an opportunity to work during the WAFCON and also work as a consultant, as a sports analyst, because that really helps a lot, because performance analysis is very important. But again, get an opportunity to share with the South Africans, what I've learned over the years, and hopefully the kind of assignment that I do and the missions, can only benefit Africa.
Actually, when it comes to Chen, you are one of the few who've been there and a number of times, and you've seen the talent coming out. Tell us more about those who are not used to Chen, and also how can we best use Chen to make our national team stronger.
Look, I really need to applaud the president of CAF, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, and also Mr. Raoul Chipenda from the CAF development side, that we have continued to really believe in the Chen project, because Chen, remember, affords players who might not necessarily be having the opportunity to come into the proper senior national team, but have an opportunity to be able to get international experience, international competition. And of course, it helps us again to be able to see the talent pool that we have inside your country and which level are they. And you'll remember that in the last edition, Senegal really did well, but when you get countries like Morocco and Senegal who have benefited from using homebrew players in a championship like this, it can only help the proper senior national team. So this is a good opportunity for those who are locally based, to be able to raise their hand, because I mean the AFCON is in December and January, so you'll never know if you have a good tournament, it can really help you to bolster your career.
And also in the past, how have you used as a scout this tournament to scout players?
You'll remember that I mean a player like Mukuka Molenga, who was playing for Zambia at that time. I scouted him while he was playing in the Chen tournament. So I mean, many scouts, will be at this tournament. So it's a very good opportunity.
It's a gold mine.
It's a gold mine. And again, most of them are looking for this international contracts. Some of them might be unattached. Some of them might be on the verge, of joining other teams. So there's an opportunity for scouts to be able to come there. And I know that CAF, in most cases, in instances like this, they'll give accreditation and access, like you saw in the AFCON. Even when we do the analysis of the group stages, prominent scouts are there, so it's an opportunity to network. But again, to really look at the level of African football, from a local-based player's point of view.
I think this is a very good point that is making here. So in terms of how clubs can scout for players from the Chen tournament. I was looking the other day versus Bissouma with the Tottenham. Yes. Yes, Bissouma, yes. So Tottenham. You look at him, I mean, long time ago, a team from France scouted him in the Chan tournament in Rwanda. Now he plays for Tottenham, and teams are offering Tottenham in the region of 16 million, 17 million pounds, just for his services. And there's more players who've been scouted directly from the Chen tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, as you know, in football, and coach will agree that in a chain, you will find one or two, or even a significant number of players who, for whatever reason, the system missed them somehow, or they were just unlucky not to have, maybe caught up earlier. They are still playing on the continent, and then this tournament gives them an opportunity to play for the national team. Look at the South African team now. Most of the players who are there now, our team is not really a bad team at all. No. It's got a lot of experience, a lot of quality in there. So it's important that scouts go and have a look there. Yeah. We're just talking now of that a good case in point would be Sundowns. Sundowns, I think, they'll have a problem at right back. It's an opportunity to go there and look. If Bruce is going to leave, go and spend time there. Look, you may find something good there. Yeah. A guy who can come here and play very well. And once in a while, if you are lucky with these types of players, you can actually take them overseas and recoup your money in a big way. And make a profit. Yeah. So it is good. I just hope, really, that most of our teams here in South Africa, or even everywhere else on the continent, the scouts are converging there to go and look and scout these players, because also we have to be honest, not all the players are going to be taken straight from there to go to Europe, because they are pretty much on the second level in terms of quality and that kind of thing. So it is a very, very good tournament, and if clubs are serious, go and spend a bit of money there, go and camp there, watch as much as you can. You'll never know, you may find a gem there.
Yeah. In fact, there's a player also in yesterday's game between Nigeria and Senegal, Libase Guye. He's already on his way to French club FC Metz. Yes, he comes from Generation Foot in Senegal, and yesterday I think he was also the man of the match in that game. So,
and Karisto, with a player like that, you may find that Mets have been monitoring for a while. Exactly. They're not just waking up now. No. They've been checking.
Yes.
Apart from him too, with Gomez, the one that scored the goal, and he was playing in Switzerland, in Swiss. He went back to Senegal. Now, I mean, with this performance and with the goal he scored yesterday, he's looking likely he might go back to Europe, So, and the other thing again, just to make a point of, in terms of other clubs, looking for a player in this CHAN tournament, it gives you opportunity to buy them cheaper. Yeah. Yes. And you can have the sell-on clause, if. Yes. So there's a lot of advantage in this, because if they go from there to Europe now, for you to get them from that side there is not be expensive, So now is the right time for you to scout. You're scouting because we know Sundowns with this scouting because it started long time ago, with the CHAN tournament. So they can get not only Sundowns. We're talking about Kaiser Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, a lot of teams. North Africa for sure, you have teams there that's already there, camping there to get good players for them to add in their team.
Yeah. But so why is it that our teams are not? Because if I look at the profile of the players in this tournament, in CHAN tournament, these are players who are playing in the CAF interclub competitions, CAF Confed, CAF Champions League, and these are also like the top players in their leagues, Yeah. So why are our clubs not scouting in a tournament like CHAN? And because if I compare in other leagues, I don't see a league where they give each club about 2 million rands a month, as our teams are getting. Yeah. So you can't tell me that you cannot plan in your budget team. You have at least around 40,000, 50,000 for a scout to be there throughout the tournament and scout.
Talking about budgeting, I once spoke to an experienced football administrator in South Africa. He said to me, when clubs are cutting costs, the first place they touch is scouting. Now, how are you going to find this place?
The lifeblood of a team is having that talent, Greg. Yeah. You get that talent and you nurture it properly. That talent goes places for you.
Yeah, true. And that's, as we say earlier on, that's where you get the jam. He's raw. You have a coach. I mean, that's what you have to do. As a coach, you need to improve a player 2%, 3%. That is your job. That's why you're a coach. That's why I say there's no bad player. So, and most especially when you have a player in the national team going to the CHAN tournament, he must be good for him to be choosing for him to get to that tournament. And now, okay, it's not like the end product. Yes. You have some things to touch. But that's where your scouts come in. The scouting come in. You profile this player, you know what he needs, what he can add in your team. Because you go there to add value in your team. So you need a right back. As we see earlier on, Sundowns need a right back. They go there, they check from Nigeria team, they check from Tanzanian team, they check from Ugandan team. at least they can find one player that suits to their system. Now, you know, you have the advantage to get them.
The other thing, just to add, you must check at the early stage of the Champions League, the preliminaries. Because this announcement will play against these small teams that nobody has ever heard of.
Yes.
You will never see scouts from other teams going there towards those teams.
No.
And once in a while there, you will find something.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, during the times of Free State Stars,
Yeah.
Themba Stole is now at Sekhukhune.
Yeah.
You know, during the times of, you know, they didn't even wait for the AFCON.
Okay.
They would go to the WAFU tournament. And you know the WAFU
Yeah,
tournament.
strong.
They would go to the WAFU tournament because WAFU is the COSAFA of
Yeah.
West Africa.
West Africa, yeah.
WAFU A and WAFU B.
Yeah.
You are from WAFU B, eh?
Oh, yeah, what for B, yeah.
Yeah. WAFU, Themba Stole would scout. That's why he scouted Jonathan Mensah
Mensah, yeah.
from Ghana.
Yeah.
That's why he scouted the Togolese, Dove Wome.
Yo,
You know?
so talented player.
Exactly. Those are some of the players that they scouted from WAFU. I remember even when we were in AFCON Under 20, the boy, Ibrahim, just forgotten, but that number 10 of Ibrahim, just Kamara. From Sierra Leone. He was the player of the tournament. And the team from MLS that signed him, they actually went to the WAFU tournament and signed him before going to the AFCON because they anticipated that there's going to be competition. And true to form, other teams thought they were going to sign him in the AFCON. Already,
It's already signed.
he had already been signed.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You can't wait for long. And also, our clubs also sometimes don't see the need to go out there. And sometimes really on the continent, you don't need to have a local guy there.
No.
Yeah,
You must have a local there who's got connections there, who can go around and watch and document players for you.
Do you guys remember the interview that I did when I was in Cairo? That guy who's using scouting AI. Yeah, Afro Scout.
Yeah.
You must go back to that platform and see how many players from West Africa. You see how many players from West Africa that they've been shipping to Europe. You know, and they are not there, and these clubs in West Africa, they are working with them. So this is, you know, it's something for me very interesting. But you know, I want to come to Bafana, but before I come to Bafana, I was also very impressed with Coach Benni as well. He had a good start.
Very good start.
In the tournament.
Yeah, I saw the president going to the dressing room. You know, he promised them before the game, and after the game he delivered, you know. So yeah, but for me, it's good for Benni. You know, I mean, it's very good for Benni now to, you know, at least he know where he stands with the men national team, the A and the B. We just call them the A and the B. So now he knows the players that can come from here to add value to the A team. But the good thing, the president, when he make promise, he fulfilled on the promise. That's very important. I saw Monique Joseph there. He was up, he was jumping up and down. No, I made sure I give him a call, man. No, they're getting some. It's cash, eh? It's so cash in the dressing room there. Not the president, he keeps to his word, you know.
I'm sure the tax man of the Kenya is checking. He says, "Yeah, what's going on there?"
But do you think the taxman there works like here?
We can't really say. Yeah, but
Because I mean,
And it's a lot of money.
you know, he came to the dressing room and said, "No, I promise you guys, and you guys deliver. This is it." But for
And this is the president of the country.
Yeah.
Not some
it was like a
federation
it
guy who
was
goes
Chatsworth Stadium vibes. Remember Chatsworth Stadium?
there. Knowing what we know now.
yeah.
But yeah, then they have got an interesting game. Their next game, Kenya, up against Angola. But we'll see, because their game after that is Morocco. And boy, this Moroccan team.
Yeah.
You know, this Moroccan team, one thing that is surprising me about Morocco is, we were just discussing earlier the issue of how tight this season is going to be. The directive that even CAF, in fact FIFA, has given to national leagues when to finish.
Yeah.
Because we've got the AFCON in December and January, we've got the World Cup next year, and it's a 48-team World Cup, not just for the first time. So you expect the leagues to be finished earlier, but I'm looking at Morocco. Morocco has got players from RS Berkane, they've got players from Wydad, Raja Casablanca, and also Asfa Rabat. All the top teams.
Yeah.
It's like having players from Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, you know.
They can afford to allow other players to go because they sign quality. These North African team, they sign each position. Probably they have maybe 3 or 4 players that to the standard. You can. I think in North Africa, Champions League, Chan tournament, Confederations Cup, they take that very serious, including the league. The league is given, for them to take that seriously. But with this tournament, they, Moroccan, you can see from the under 17, under 20, even the senior national team,
Sure.
they had the main business.
Sure. Is it maybe because their A team, their national team, is mainly made up of overseas-based players, and you sometimes find them in the middle of the international week, they're continuing with their league?
Yeah, I think that's also important. I mean, if your senior players are with the senior national team, then some of these other guys who are on the fringes, it's only fair that they must play a Chan, and hence I've always been saying that in our South African context, it's really unfortunate that a talented player like Relemu Fuke takes national team football at Bafana level. He has not played Chan, he has not played Mosafa, and those kinds of things. So it's important that the younger players who are on the fringes of the senior national team, the real national team, get opportunities at the national level, at Chan, so that they get used to play international football. It will go a long way because some of them, with a strong national team, they will knock at the door for a very long time without getting an opportunity to play. So they get minutes and international experience at these so-called smaller tournaments, which is important. And for Morocco, the national team is strong. These guys who are playing at home are probably never going to play for the national team when the senior players are there. So Chan and the regional tournaments are important for them.
Yeah, which then brings us to our game on Friday, and we saw our opponents beating Uganda 3-0. But again, I want to go there. Coach Rulani has just moved to MC Alger. In the starting lineup, in the game that they played, they had 3 players from MC Alger. They had 2 players from USM Alger. They also had a player from CRB, Belouizdad, and also JS Kabil, top team that is coached by the former Paris coach, Joseph Zimbabwe. So when you look at this, and I mean, the teams like Constantine are also here, they've got players from their top clubs. And Algeria and Morocco, more in the same thing. They rely more for their A team, they rely more on European-based players. So I understand why there's that gap. And also these are Champions League players. There's CAF Confed players. Uganda, you rarely see them qualifying.
But you see it different now with the Moroccan and the Algerian team because their league is starting next month on the 21st, if I'm not mistaken, 20th or 21st.
Or in September?
In September.
Or not
so
now?
Not now. So that's why, they are allowed.
But don't you think that they arrange it like that to accommodate Chan?
I can't really see now because with the South African League starting now, you don't expect teams that are, want to compete like the likes of Sundowns and Chiefs and Pirates to allow their, the best players to go and play in this tournament. So Moroccan, they have that privilege now because maybe it comes in that, with that, the arrangement. Maybe they saw it earlier and all those things because CAF headquarters is in Morocco, so they see everything there. So at the end of the day, they have the advantage. So, but you can see they can
deny that.
You can see they give the best players out. Some of the teams are in pre-season now. Some of the teams are in Tunisia. Some of the teams are in Turkey. So I just feel like they have the privilege now to give their best players because they are playing competitive football, and so it makes their league. Definitely, it makes their team very strong because those are the best team in that country, So at the end of the day, I just feel like they will always have an upper hand ahead of other teams.
And from a South African perspective, if you look at the scheduling of our league, it will really be, well, it's almost impossible to be able to leave gaps for Chen and COSAFA.
Yeah.
It's not going to be possible. And really that situation has led to a lot of young players
Missed out
on being introduced to international football at an early age.
Yeah.
I will still say that, under normal circumstances, Bogas, Kota, Mabena, and these other guys, besides junior national teams, in proper international football, they should test it at COSAFA and at Chan, because that's where it starts to get serious. And also you can imagine if a guy has played under 12, under 15, under 20, or under 17, under 21, Chan and COSAFA, before they get to Bafana. That player will be properly cooked. They may actually go to overseas before they even could play for the senior national team, because of the experience that they've had, that they can take from playing for these tournaments and take them to their teams, and then they can move to overseas. So it's a shame on our part that the nature of how the league is structured, we really just cannot have openings for Chan. And the clubs, you have to understand the clubs. That sometimes they cannot reach these players because some of these young players are key for these clubs.
Yes. And also I think it goes back to what I was saying again, that our league is structured differently. Those leagues, our national team doesn't rely. That's why SAFA didn't want to enter for this channel.
It was,
But I mean,
but it was understand that the CAF president is from here.
back in the days, I mean, the last chance, like 2 chances back then, some of the teams they withdraw, some of the country they don't want to go.
Egypt, for instance. We saw Egypt. We beat Egypt in the qualifiers. You saw the team Egypt gave to this tournament to play against us in the qualifiers. That is not the real Egyptian team that we'll expect. Algeria initially had not qualified. They had to come back and play with us as well, which then takes me to our game. What is the expectation for South Africa? What do you expect from this African team? Because about 15 players in this team and unattached. Sundowns has provided at least 5 players. In fact, I think Sundowns is the only top flight team to have provided players. 5 players.
And it's also players who they don't.
He's not going to have too many game times.
The exception of Maketa. I mean, Malubonga
Kosa.
Players who are really not in the coach's place.
Yes, Neo Maema, the captain's on his way out.
They're saying he's going to Simba.
He's going to Simba,
You have Johannes Kik and Johannes who's not in the coach's plans, so those is, and others. Talking to preparations for the match, I think they've been in camp now for almost 2 weeks. The issue will be conditioning. Most of these players, how conditioned they are. Some, I'm sure, not even in their minds they were thinking of going onto the pitch. I mean, I think days before they called up the squad, we were with Fortune Makaringe on another platform. He was talking about how he's taking it easy. He's training on his own, but not really going full force because he doesn't know where he's going to play. It will be the same with some of these other guys who are attached because they didn't have programs, they're on their own. If you are a pro, the sharpness will always still be there. I don't think they went from 0 to take them to 100.
Let's hear from Coach Molefi Ntseki and also his back, Kabelo Rangwach. He is the
fitness guy.
Yes.
I'm sure he's cooking there.
Yes, strength and conditioning coach. And you know him, he's a periodization man. He says no, they'll be ready.
We really want to thank CAF to have organized a tournament of this magnitude. And all the teams that are represented here in Uganda, I think we are all looking forward to do well for our countries. And the players selected are also looking forward to this tournament. And in any tournament, you are looking forward to a very high level of competition. And I think we have seen the first games in our group. The competition was very high. So that is what is expected when you come to a tournament of this level. African Nations Championship. So we are also very happy and looking forward to our first game. Yes, Algeria has played their first game, which is somehow good for them because they did well against the host, Uganda, having to score 3 goals and also getting maximum points. So as we are coming in to play them the first game, the good thing about them is that they have done their own analysis of their team. But from our side, we are still to play our first game. We are still to manage the game and to see if ever our tactical approach to the game will work. And the critical phases of the game will always be important to us as South Africa, to see how we manage the game in the first 15, 20 minutes of first half. The last 15 minutes obviously will be very important. And we saw in the games that were played, Guinea against Niger, Guinea won the game. So when you look at the times when goals were scored, it calls for one to be very careful when it comes to the last 20 or 15 minutes of the game. We also saw Algeria scoring 2 goals in 3 minutes. So that tells you the level of competition. And we are just not talking about Algeria having won their first game. We are also talking about Algeria being the defending champions. So I think in our group, it's a difficult one because we have the defending champions and the host. So we'll always give respect to our opponents. And in us giving respect to our opponents, it's competition, and we are here to compete and to do our best and represent our country. And hopefully everything works out for us. And then we stay in this tournament until the last day. And the last day, we will be the one hoisting the trophy. Thank you.
I think it's a very huge opportunity and honor to actually be one of the teams that are participating in such a unique and big competition. For us, it's mainly that to enjoy first, because football is for entertainment, making sure that we give the supporters a great show, but also, like our coaches said, that it's a tournament at the end of the day, so we have to prepare accordingly and play tournament football. I mean, we're playing against the defending champions, our first game, so it's going to be a very interesting game after we saw how they played. And also, the boys are ready, we prepared, so when we start, we just want to start on a good note for ourselves and for the country. Thank you.
I think this is what you want to hear from the team, because they played those 2 matches against Angola, who are also playing in this tournament, and also against Baroka. Yes, before they left. Yeah. But we know that a training match and an actual match are 2 different things.
The physical trainer, I mean, he's talking about, he knows his job, he has been there, but, you can be fit in terms of training, in terms of physical condition, but there's a game scenario you need to face too. And Algeria, they just have that one step ahead of South Africa because they played their first game already, and now they know where to fix, and they have that, that proper game feeling, So South Africa still need to play them. But the good thing, South Africa watch them play, so they know how to, strategize against them, how to, play against them. But at the end of the day, I think, with the players with South Africa, they are hungry to get, offers in terms of, getting clubs. So I think they have that advantage in them, because the top players in that South African team, talking about Dolly that plays in Europe, play for TS Galaxy, talking about a lot of players, Marcia there, Makarengi, so there's a lot of good players that, ordinarily they could have, by now, play for their team.
Msani, because Terence Mashiko, this young boy from Sundowns, Ndando Nkosi.
These are top players.
There's some decent players.
Decent players, you know. But the only disadvantage, Algeria have already played first game, and they have that feeling of the tournament already. So they have to go very strong for them to counter that situation. But Algerian team is looking very strong. I've seen them play against Uganda. Uganda is not South Africa, I understand. But you know, that Algerian team is very strong.
It calls for us to play differently. And lastly, on this challenge, this game in particular, so it's also an opportunity for young players coming from amateur football. Coach Nseki went to some of the boys who impressed from Gomora in the ABC Motsepe National Playoffs, and 2 of them are here. In fact, 1 had withdrawn already, but then Rowan Human was pulled out by his family just before their departure, because I think he's also carrying a team from outside the country, you know. So I think for me it's going to be very interesting, because even Coach Kevin Hunt was telling us that Lipasa is playing hide and seek. So it looks like maybe Lipasa has got a new address already after this Chan tournament. Or maybe even things could change.
Because
he scored 2 or 3 goals, things are suddenly changing.
Definitely, because I know definitely a team in Egypt is looking for him. A team in Egypt is looking for him. So he's left for him. He has some option, you know. So I just feel like maybe he has to decide. But going to this Chan is giving him other opportunity for him to exploit too, to see whether the bigger offer. He has to take the bigger offer, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is. Sometimes it's all about the money. But I guess he's still a player who, if he's fit, he can offer a lot. He knows how to score goals. And Coach Hugo Bus likes him. If he's on the pitch, he may be better for Bafana. I think looking at most of those players that are there already, it's an opportunity to sort of try and put yourself out there. Some, when they come back here, I'm sure they may make other coaches to think twice. Say, okay, we saw him playing there, maybe let's give him a chance. You know, so it's important, but also not for them individually. For us as a country,
true.
Need to do well in this tournament.
Exactly.
We've almost treated the tournament with not with the respect that it deserves. It's about time that they go there and they compete. There's some very, very nice players in here. With experience, we've been around for a long time. Just an issue of the coach finding the right balance. And doing it. I'm worried about the goalkeeping. They couldn't find the right goalkeepers. There were issues with passports.
Passport issues.
So it happened in South Africa too. So what are you saying, guys?
Can we move on?
Because you know, also in the tournament football, the goalkeeper is very, very important.
Very important.
So I hope the goalkeeper, you know, is
that's up to standard.
I'm waiting to see, because I want to see Zambia as well. You know, because Zambia is going to expose what we're talking about. The lack of scouting of our clubs. You know, because in previous years, I mean, we would have some of the best talent here. You know, and I really think we need to improve on this. So we move, and I think still on the continental space, I don't know, what is your feeling, guys? The issue of pyramids not being seeded for the CAF Champions League draw, I see that a lot of issues, people have got a lot of issues. I don't know. With me, there's no problem. Because there are rules, guys. You understand? And the rules are not saying, no, because you're a champion, you must be seated. No, the rules don't say that. CAF has got a 5-year ranking system that you can see there, as you can see there, in terms of how does it work. And it is simple.
It's the same as winning the CAF Cup does not take you to the Champions League.
Simple.
Else in the world.
Simple.
So those are our rules.
Yes, and just because things are happening in Europe like this is not Europe, this is Africa.
We do things our
You know?
own.
And Africa has got, you know, its own way of doing things. You say, okay, should we go there? Well, there are competent bodies. They will discuss those things. But as for now,
This
will
is
not
how-
jump just
yeah.
because in Europe they are doing it like
No,
this.
no.
I mean, another thing even was a little bit different. Look at Club World Cup. Barcelona was not the thing.
Yeah.
Because they didn't, in the
Yeah.
rankings,
The
the time
rankings
that they
are-
were being ranked, they didn't qualify to go.
I mean, these are the rules there, so they have to follow the rules. They have done well in the past Champions League, which is good for them.
Yes.
Now they have to build their profile. They have to build their, their points,
they've
get their
been
points.
consistent.
Yeah, consistency for them to get there.
Yes.
So other teams have been doing.
And they're
well
not too far from,
Yeah.
accumulating those points that
those
are
points,
needed.
yeah.
But as things stand, this is the top 5.
Yeah.
Or this is the top 4.
Yeah.
That's
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
that will be seeded.
Yeah, true.
The
It is
big boys
that
will be there.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
The big boys will be there. The rest of all actually sat down.
that's
Well,
what
Wigan is not
yeah.
there, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Esperance.
Esperance,
You know?
So
Yeah.
that's how it
Yeah,
works.
I mean,
Yeah.
you look at, I think, Wydad and Zamalek in the CAF Confed,
Yeah.
they are seated as expected.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think for me, this is something that is encouraging a team that you must sweat, you know,
For you to get that
Exactly.
acknowledgement, for you to be seated there. you
Yes,
know, yeah.
Sundowns and Esperance didn't go to the Club World Cup because they were champions.
No.
You know, they went there because of the number of points that they had
yeah,
accumulated.
accumulated.
I mean, just look at Sundowns. How many years? I think it's 12 years now. They've been playing group stage with seriously.
Yeah,
Consistently.
And if they're taking all the money from Club World Cup, why are you complaining?
Yeah.
You have been the city here.
yes.
True.
So for me, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a
Pyramids,
non-starter.
yeah, Pyramids must go there in the prelims on Saturday in the draw that is taking place in Tanzania.
Tanzania, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so they must go there and
Yeah.
They're going to be drawn against Bumamuru or Bafana Swallows. Those teams are very awkward, eh?
Yeah. But the danger is that they could pull out Sundowns or Al Ali
Yeah, you can beat them.
and the Yamato Taipei in the next round.
Or you may
Yeah.
find joining Galaxy, eh?
Running Galaxy or Rivers.
Ramos Stars.
Or Romo Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we agree that there are no issues.
No,
It's a
there's no
non-
issue,
it's a
there's no-
non-starter of a discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rules are very clear.
Yes. So
This
just
one doesn't need VAR. Let's go straight.
so familiarize yourself with the CAF rules,
That's it.
and also if
Club
you
licensing, come on, eh?
club licensing. You see this thing? In Nigeria, you must teach them club licensing.
Yeah, true. They have to. They have to. They have to.
Remo Stars, do you think they will? What would be the right draw for you?
There's no right draw. As far as you qualify, you win the league. You expect for you to compete, you need to be the best.
Yeah.
But for the early stages, you want to get where you can maneuver and get to the group stage.
Yeah.
If they can get to the group stage and get out of the group stage, that would be a starting point for for Nigerian team for a very long time. We're talking about 2002, since 2002, 2003. The likes of Vincent Eyimba are the one that did it consistently back to back. Apart from them, no other team in Nigeria that really compete in the Champions League or Confederations Cup, and it's a big shame, man. And you want to be at the World Cup, you want to be at the AFCON.
Yeah.
You have to start with your league, So I just hope Ramos Star can do us, a big favor there and just try to, even to win itself.
And also, I think whether we like it or not, man, in African football, Nigeria brings something special to our football. As the coach is saying, it's sometimes a shame to see Nigeria struggling sometimes.
Yes.
At these major events, could not qualify, sometimes not qualify for the World Cup. We are not seeing a Nigerian team constantly pushing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
Or maybe just in general, that West Africa. I think
Yeah.
you guys must have a boss barat there. Go and sit in a room somewhere and
No,
tell us.
we have sorted that.
The next team that
Ga-
must win the Champions League must be, coming
Ghana,
from West Africa.
Ghana, Cameroon, our big rivalry now is
Really?
against South Africa.
I mean, with the rich history of football from North
Yeah,
Africa,
true.
not to have one team
Yeah.
that can consistently
Be the
compete against
champions.
Sundowns,
Yeah.
Wydad, Esperance, Al Ahly, it's really
For a very
big
long
shame.
time. It's only Eyimba that did that. Apart from Eyimba, there's no other team in Nigeria that come out and stood head and shoulder and said that no, we have passed
A
through the group
few,
stage.
a few years ago, there was Horoya. I don't know, maybe the guy who was putting money there does not put money anymore. Horoya was an attractive entity.
Yes. Actually, I was watching.
Serious.
Yes, I was watching this, the Chan,
Yeah.
as you are saying.
Yeah.
So the Chan is also made up of horror players, but and I think he was the general, and at some stage he was even the FA president in Guinea Conakry. So as you are right.
I hope they fix it, man. I mean, they were very exciting team to look like. I remember at the beginning they used to come here, Sanos would beat them here, but as time went, they became a proper club. So you could see that the ambitions were there, but the experience. You could just see in the way they were dressed up, they were not dressed up in the proper uniform and all that kind of stuff. But as time went on, you could see that this is a professional team. And they competed and they did it. At some stage, I think they knocked us out of the group stages.
Yes.
That's how serious they were. So we need more of those stuff. I also say, from Zambia, there must be a strong team that comes out of Zambia.
I mean, there was Zesco United, there was Zanaco. They must come. Now Power Dynamos is in. But but I think we must also clarify this as well, because it is not the same. The number of teams that enter also determine what happens with the seedings. Well, I think there's 62 teams that have entered. So when you've got 62 teams, it means there's some kind of inequality that is happening. Then the teams that are extra for a certain round, it means that you must then find those that will be exempted. So in this case, you only have Sundowns and Al Ahly as the top 2 ranked teams. The rest, Simba, Esperance, all of them, they are going to the head. Right? And then you have, in the CAF Confed, I think there are only 58 teams that are coming to the draw on Saturday. So what does that allow? That now allows Zamalek, Wydad, USM Alger, Ser Belouizdad, Al Masr, and Stellenbosch to be seated. Al Masr, Stellenbosch, Zamalek, these are teams that were in the semi-finals. Last season. So this is very interesting, and obviously, unfortunately for Stelis, losing to. In fact, Stelis lost to Simba in the semi-finals. So I mean, and then Stelis had beaten Zamalek in the quarterfinals. So I think it's always important people to understand the rules on how they work. But I think for me, it goes back to this thing that CAF has been avoiding. And I know that there's been a proposal there at CAF, but they are just not. CAF needs to be more professional in this space, because I feel that on the technical side of the game, they are improving on the commercial side, and all these things. But on the field of play, in terms of transforming the game, they are still behind, in my opinion. You need a situation, so even you, Legend, where when we talk about the top 5 ranked countries, and you know that you're talking about South Africa, you're talking about Egypt,
Algeria,
about Algeria, you're talking about Morocco, and also even Tunisia. Or, maybe even DRC, because their teams have done well in the past. Those countries must enter more than 2 teams in the CAF Champions League, because they're guaranteed viewership. But also, there must be a benefit for countries that are always in the quarterfinals, in the semi-finals.
To get more teams.
To get more teams.
True.
I know that you are saying we must not copy everything that is happening in Europe. But also in this case,
of benefit, why not?
In benefit.
That shows the consistency of the league. And okay, team like me, take as example like Egypt. You see, Al Ahly, you always have them in the semi-finals or in the finals. So you cannot exempt them out from this. They have to be, teams that you put on top there. The Algerian side now, they come up with, good teams there. You don't have only one team again. You have 3 teams that are very good. But I think they can look into that. But for me, I just feel like CAF need to sit down and think about it and give more opportunity for these stronger countries that you can have. I can put example with Nigeria, but they need to deserve it for them to be there.
Naturally.
Yeah. But they need to deserve it. For them, they have to be consistent in the Champions League Confederations Cup for them to deserve space. Otherwise, you give them one space.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
we can't just
you can't just give free. You can't just say because you have done it in the past, you have to be there now. Because so at the end of the day, you see if a team consistently be there. We give an example like Alali. You cannot argue with that, Sundowns have been doing that too, consistently. Because you can see Sundowns even for the Club World Cup, they have been around and they showcase African football to the best of in the light. You understand? A lot of people in Nigeria, they're all surprised, with this tournament. They say, this is a team from South Africa. I said, yeah. They said, no, this is a proper team. The way they play, typical example, the way they play against Borussia Dortmund. A lot of people in the whole continent, Africa, they lost the game, but you can see there's structure, there's football there. You can see African football is going up. So, yeah, I think, South African League should be included here too.
Yeah, very interesting. I think with that, we come back here at home. I think we spoke about Dr. Walter Steenbok. And I think Zuzo will just play his clip in terms of what happened when he got his thing there.
Noise.
Yeah. But it's also good to see him graduating, but also to see someone graduating when you look at his research topic through the game, because his topic, as he explains, let's just wait for him to explain it there. We are here at the University of Johannesburg. I'm standing here next to Doctor of Philosophy in Sports Science, Dr. Walter Baresi Steenbok. What a proud moment. I know that this big day was coming, but today we are here with the former South African Football Association Technical Director, who is now Dr. Steenbok. Well, Doc, a proud moment. I think it's written in your smile.
Oof. It was important to walk the talk and to lead from the front in this case. Very proud and very excited, and hopefully I can inspire a lot of footballers, a lot of sports athletes, that no matter what, when God shows up, he shows off, Velile.
Mm-hmm. But let's talk more about this journey, Doc, in terms of where it started. I know you and your books, but what has inspired you towards this one?
Look, I think it's the love for talent identification and development. TID is at the heart of what I do, scouting and recruitment, and I felt it when I was at Kaizer Chiefs. And I did my master's in sports science, in 2020, and from that study, I really looked at the player profiling in the Gauteng province, and I felt it that I need to take it a little bit further and take it on a national scale, and try to check what Ajax, Cape Town, and many European teams have done in terms of player profiling, and try to check. Are we far? Are we similar in terms of how we profile the players? But even go a little bit further, try to profile how goalkeepers are being scouted, because that has never been done. And then also try to look at talent development environment. If you are going to develop the best players, elite players, what is the right talent development environment that you're looking for? So really that was the inspiration and the journey that I wanted to complete.
Mm-hmm. And let's also look at your time also at SAFA as well, and how has it brought you closer to how you framed your topic?
Look, that was very, very important, because you have been at the forefront of the FIFA ecosystem global analysis report, that really zoomed into South Africa, and it raised a lot of questions that needed to be answered. It spoke about how we scout players in the rural areas. We tend to overlook them. But again, that we didn't have enough talent scouts, who can really put strategies and put a framework, that is South Africa, and how best can we be able to do that, So when I was in the association, it really also gave me an opportunity, because then I had the luxury of doing talent development scheme and also talent identification for the junior national teams, So this study then really came at the right time, because then I had to do a multidimensional framework, that doesn't only look at the players, but holistically look at the coaches, at the scouts, and also at the players, So I'm very, very glad that it came up nicely. And of course, the time in the association also gives you access to the right stakeholders and the right ecosystem that you really need to develop something of this nature.
Mm-hmm. And how do you ensure, Doc, that this topic, this research that you've done extensively, also benefits the nation?
Look, I'm proud to announce again, and maybe you are the first one to know this, that I'll be doing my postdoctoral study again with TUT, where I want to go a little bit deeper. I want to check anthropometric and maturity status, of boys and girls, of men and women. So I want to go deeper into the COSAFA and again into South Africa and into women's football, and check how do relative age effect, affect what you are doing. And also maybe going to a topic that is exciting. Also try to check from the clubs, how clubs are recruiting coaches, what are the framework that they're using, what is a template, and so that we can be able to develop better, as a country. So I'll be taking this a little bit further into my more advanced research skills and also scientific skills that I'll be going into in my postdoctoral studies.
So I was saying, in terms of the topic of Dr. Walter Steenbok, he graduated at UJ last week, Doctor of Philosophy in Sports Science, and a very interesting topic, as he's explained already, that the topic that has got to do with talent identification. And I see now he's going around the country, as we can see there, doing workshops for free, I saw in the VAL already all the spaces have been taken, and I think this is exactly what our game needs.
This is a man who the Federation got rid of. He goes on and do what he has done. I think the research topic is critical. We've always said it, that anywhere in the world there's talent. You can go to the villages of the village, you'll find talent there. The key thing is finding that talent. It's a process which needs time, which needs money, which needs commitment, and all those other things. You can't just wake up in the morning and go and find talent. You must be the luckiest person if that happens. And professional outfits, it happens across the board. Cricket, rugby, football, everything. You need to invest in the younger players, because that helps you to sort of set yourself up in terms of succession, and I'm happy that yes, he's on this journey. It's very, very important. I think someone somewhere is going to benefit from his knowledge. I don't know the place that he's going to find, where is he going to take them. They'll probably go to overseas or whatever the case may be. But we need more and more and more people who can go out there and spend time, do the hard yards, find the talent, because talent is out there, we just need to go and find it. I really believe that in South Africa, with a population of more than 60 million people, a significant majority of the 60 million people is young people under the age of 25. We can't have a well-beaten team. We just need to go out and find these kids. They're there. And you know where kids are? Kids are in school.
I was in Cairo the other time when CAF was signing a partnership with the European Union. And one of the striking comment that was made there by European Union is that I think, I don't know by year, 2028 or after that, or 2030, in terms of growth, the younger people will be found more in Africa than in Europe.
Because we're a young continent.
We are a young continent. So if we're not taking advantage of this, and I just see now that back-to-back, and it really happens that back-to-back, he's been included as part of the technical study group. He was in the under-20. Now he's in the CHAN. I dare say that he will be even in the AFCON technical study group.
And just to add, also the one thing which is very, very saddening about our continent, check how now lately, over the last maybe 10, 15 years, African teams at under 20, under 17 and under 21 at major tournaments, at the World Cup, they don't do as well.
Yes,
We are always found wanting against younger players from other regions.
Yeah.
And then we go around and say, no, Africa is a young continent. So which means somewhere, somehow, there's a disconnect in terms of really, really going to look deeper and find disconnect and developing the talents. How many times have we had countries come here, take kids, take them to Europe, neutralize them, and those kids become world superstars? Sure. And I'm not being Afrophobic or anything like that. Chances are, if those kids had stayed on the continent, they would not have had the same pathways as they were in Europe. And it's just the reality. People may not be happy about it, but it's the truth.
But Legend, you were there in the thick of things. You played at the Olympics at a very young age. I mean, these things that Zizo is addressing now, I'm sure are things that you grew up with, especially in West Africa.
Yeah, your opportunity is always, there for you to get talent. Mostly in Africa, you have a lot of kids, playing barefoot on the streets. They have the skills, they have everything. That if you nurture them well, if you guide them well, they can be, the best. The same thing like Stills is doing now. Going to place that people. We're talking about scouts. About Chan now, people cannot even go to Chan. Clubs cannot even send a scout to Chan to go and scout players. He has the opportunity and he has the, the patience. Because, as he says, patience is everything. For you to get the right player when he's raw, and for you, that you can see a vision in him that he can be a superstar. In Africa, we have a lot of talent. That's why, every African player wants to go to Europe. But we have them, if we can nurture them there and, make them get the best they can get in Africa, I think we can compete in the World Cup. We can compete in a big tournament. World Cup, we're talking about, I'm just giving an example like World Cup now. For an African country to win a World Cup, the percentage, in terms of, I don't know. It will come one day. But the talent we have,
it always go down to resources.
Apart from the resources, I mean, you check the French team. Typical example. I mean, people that are playing there, they win the World Cup. They could have
Africa. Your choice to play for England or Nigeria.
So
I saw recently there's a player who was chosen to represent Nigeria.
So sometimes, those ones are very greedy and very selfish. Why? Because they go to England, they play 5 games, they don't call them again in 6 months. Now they want to come and play for Nigeria. No, they will stay there.
And they realize they can't put a word room on the bench and say, I am
No, we don't want this. There's some of them that genuinely want to play for African team. And some of them that are greedy and selfish. They go there, they play 5 games, they don't call them again. Now they say, okay, the next step is to come and play in Africa.
Definitely not Lukman,
Lukman is proper. Lukman is proper, but he hasn't a problem now. We want to leave Atlanta, and so there's a little bit of things there. But we want him because he's African best player. Our own best player. African king now. He's struggling to leave. I mean, he's supposed to be like, with his eyes closed. Supposed to be in a bigger team. But you see, this Italian team, they have it with Sime. Now they're having it with Lukman again. No, you have to stop because you have this team.
What, they must stop going to Syria?
Not going to Syria, but they must have that, they must understand that a player needs to move. If he has opportunity to move. Inter Milan is
but shouldn't that be in the contract?
He is there. But now they are denying it, that say, no, he's not an Italian team. They can sell him outside Italy. But I mean, but your money is your money. If you have a clause that you have a release clause, I mean, you have to sell him to any team.
Yes.
He has a release clause there, but now you're saying that no, you want to sell it to your rival team. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
because we see Sundowns players, they're moving outside the country.
Another issue to add on this thing of talent. The other thing that I think we have continuously got wrong, and it's Safa's job, is coaching education at grassroots level. Because Coach Greg is going to find a 19-year-old kid who's a goalkeeper, who does not even have basics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Natural athleticism, natural ability and everything, but the basics are just not there.
Yeah.
So at 19, he must start from scratch.
Nurture him.
And we've
Yeah.
discussed the issue of lack of quality goalkeeper coaches.
Was this
Yeah.
Manchester?
Qualified goalkeeper coaches. You know,
Yeah.
in the league, I don't know, it's you, Tyron, and who are qualified.
Robinson
Because,
is out away. Is out now because he's included there. There's Postnet Omone. Yeah, is there. You know. Yeah, and yeah. For me, I just feel like I don't want to even get into that space.
But is it right that we've got at the elite level?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
We've got clubs. I know of a club that doesn't have a qualified goalkeeper coach.
It's not right. But I mean, the courses are here. The courses are here. Al Al FIFA, CAF, SAFA, they give us opportunity to go to the courses.
And
So
the guys
it's
are not
there.
going to coaching.
I saw now, I think it's Liverpool, they're playing a 16-year-old kid in the friendlies. Yeah, 16-year-olds here don't even know whether
You know
they're
what?
left or right.
We've got that Fletcher boy in Portugal. The
Oh
under-
yeah. The keeper, yeah.
Now we are just,
After that tournament, they gave him the club. They call him. They were clear. They see vision.
No,
They say,
because-
come and sign new coach.
Yeah. On that note, so I just want us to take penalties or free kicks or in terms of the Betway Premiership is back this weekend, and the first fixture, Amazulu, Obit. We spoke to the coaches. What do you make of that fixture?
I'm also a little club about that Orbit. Quick, fast. It's an easy one for. I'm worried about that coach of Orbit. I don't think he's going to manage with this thing of working full time and coaching a professional club. He still insists that he will do it. I just don't think it's going to.
But he's been doing it all along.
But now, when you're the PSL coach, you must do video analysis. You go there.
Everything.
You don't arrive at 8 and leave at 10.
Yeah.
You must be there the whole day. I just don't know. I just
Because this is the TVET college, and it's still his job.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, let's listen to the coach. Remember the government, they promised that they'll give them the money. Let's listen to the coach.
Getting any support from the Department of Higher Education. The team is running on its own. Even the college, you are not using the college money to run this team.
Is it surprising for you, or do you understand why?
We understand. We don't want to use the student fees to come and fund the team.
The last time I checked, when we were there for the launch, there were some promises from the department in the protests. Everything is going fine.
Like you say, the promises, those promises have not been fulfilled. We're just keeping them as promises. Maybe one day they will fulfill those promises.
You've not heard anything ever since?
Nothing. Even the camp that they promised us to say they will pay us for a camp at Porches Room or Royal Marang, they've never done that. And so that's where we are saying it's promises. We are still waiting for those promises to be fulfilled.
So how did you go through the camp situation?
We had to pay ourselves because, we are running a professional team, so we don't need to rely on other people to make sure that you achieve your goals. We have done that before, so we are not surprised. And so that's why even when we do our planning, we do our planning with what we have, not what other people are promising you.
When you get promoted to the highest level, you get new things like the preparation fee and all those things. I'm sure they've been coming in handy.
They have helped us. That's why we could pay our own camp to make sure that the team is well prepared for Saturday's game.
So the coach is saying even the camp that was promised nothing.
if you listen to politicians, they must just continue doing their own stuff.
MEC, you promised the MEC.
Yeah, they must leave those politicians. They must just continue with their processing and then they focus on football. If you listen to politicians, they were there singing and dancing when these guys got promotion. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen.
So we went to the launch. The MEC was saying they are going to pay for this and pre-season. Pre-season is gone now.
These are the very same people who cannot provide water and cannot eliminate potholes and what. How are they going to look after football? It's a mess.
Northwest MEC. Aye, man. Chipa United, the defending champions, all the Sundowns.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky for Chipa. I like Badela. I think he's a young technocrat. Speaks very highly of Coach Ulani. I hope he does well. So so that even younger coaches out there can see that it's possible that you can go to the top. But I don't think they'll beat Sundowns. Sundowns is just too strong.
Yeah, no, I think
that Sundowns will struggle without Shalili and Ribeiro and Mudau. Shalili didn't play much last season. With Ribeiro, Mushishi started matches now still for Jaden Adams. The only problem will be maybe right back if Kuliso leaves. But remember, you can take Malubongo Koza to right back if needs be. But I think they will need a proper experienced right back.
Yeah.
But Sundowns will be strong in this season.
Yeah, no, the Chipa United have been also unveiling some of their players, as you can see there. And, also includes one of the Malians, Mariko, who's come from Orlando Pirates on loan there. I actually asked a question to Tapelo Toke in terms of what's the difference between the two Marikos.
Abdu is a funny character. We were fortunate, us as players, to see the two brothers because they both Abdu and they both Marikos. So, yeah, but we got the one that's it's a bit outgoing than the other one. He's a great character for us as a team. He still has to sharpen his English a bit, but he's willing to learn. He's got energy about him. He's aggressive on the ball and he's aggressive off the ball. So he's going to give us a lot in terms of his qualities going forward. We just hopeful that he settles in quickly within the country. But he showed signs of being relaxed and calm and enjoying the moment, which is what we like for new players to be themselves more than anything, not be fazed by the occasion, not be fazed by the club, not be fazed by our supporters, but just to be themselves and use that to have better performances on the field. And Abdu has shown that he's got that quality.
How do they differ, the two Marikos, in terms of play?
Not really much, because they're both aggressive and they both like to score. They both really, yeah, they both people that like to join the attack. So, but they are very aggressive off the ball. So, but with the one we have, he's more expressive than the other one, if I can put it like that. So we didn't really get to see much with the other brother, but we'll get to see him at Chipa. But yeah, they both offer different qualities, but very much similar in a way.
Well, that's we saw the Pirates Mariko, very interesting player.
Yeah, I like him.
Yes,
I like him.
Very interesting player. First touch, how we look. This is why I'm advocating for scouting in West Africa.
Yeah,
you know, he brings a different dimension to our game.
Yeah.
You know, Polokwane City, Magesi.
You know, I'm a huge fan of Putimaf. I'm a huge fan of the coach. I think he's a very, very good coach. Yeah, it's a Libobo Damien.
Yeah. I also enjoy listening to him talking football, actually.
And also, if sometimes on a good day,
yes,
if Polokwane City like play the way he wants them to play,
yes,
they are very, very good on the eye.
Yes. And I think one of the comments we made when we were watching that game last week, that in as much as they were playing against Pirates, but other teams on the counter like that, they are going to hurt other teams.
Yeah. He's saying he's writing a book. He's cooking. He says
Why are you not
writing a book.
He's not commenting. He's not commenting. He's just laughing.
No, I mean, he said he wants to write a book. Yeah, so we're waiting for the book.
Also, it's interesting. He's up against another coach that I've got a lot of respect for, Coach John Paduga.
Yes,
He's been unlucky. You know, if John stays at the club for a season or two, you see his imprint on the team.
Yes.
They play good football.
Yes, and one of the things that coach that I've seen in the past is that sometimes we comment more based on the teams that we've watched.
Yeah.
And the teams that we have not watched during pre-season are dangerous.
Yeah, a lot of teams, you know, you have the teams like Golden Arrows, they make some good signings. You know, Polokwane City, you saw what they can do. You know, they have a model of how they play. and you always expect them with quick players. They play with wingers, which is very good, and that's their model of their game. You have the teams like what's cheaper. We haven't seen them, but with the good coach they have, we hope they can hit the ground running. But a lot of teams, if you're not in top 8, you don't have that privilege for people to see what you, as they say, you're cooking. Because that pot is full now. Everybody's cooking. Everybody's cooking. I don't know what they're cooking. So we just want to see good football. I mean, for the Betway Premier League to start, I just think, the right time, the right feeling. Everyone is waiting for a very long time. I mean, the country haven't started with, football. We want to see good games, and I just hope this season a lot of teams will come with good football and winning, because you have to win. You can play good football, you don't win, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So you have to win with good football.
Yeah. So we saw Orlando Pirates last week. Yeah. We saw Sekhukhune United. For me, I think, in terms of when you look at the top 4, Sundowns, Pirates, Stellenbosch, Sekhukhune, I don't think there's going to be a lot of changes this season in terms of how those teams are going to finish. Maybe they can just exchange positions. But I think that Sekhukhune team, people must not expect that Paris will. I didn't say that they had it easy last week, but it is going to be a competitive game this weekend.
Yeah, it is. But the one thing that I want to see as the season progresses is how the coach manages, the Eric Tigler manages that squad. They've signed a lot of footballers there. They've got a lot. Yes. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but I have a sense that some players are either for the coach, some are from the office. It's a lot of players. How do you finish 4th and sign all these players there?
Yeah,
but
and they've got a profile of the players that they sign.
Yeah. And I saw Grobela is hit the ground running. That's what you need. For their sake, I hope he stays injury free. And they've got experience in that side. Pirates will cook. Pirates will be competitive. They've also, one thing about Pirates, they've got depth now.
Yes.
Which is what they didn't have last season.
Yes.
It also talks to Champions League stuff.
Yes.
So it should be a fascinating game.
You should have seen the camera view there on the stands.
Yeah. We were seated next to them there on the thing there.
Somebody commented that I will mention I was sitting next to them there upstairs. Is this the new Sundowns?
It looks like the new Sundowns, but they've signed a lot of players also.
Yeah.
They've signed a lot of players, and the other key thing for them is how some of these young players who are coming from the so-called small teams sort of acclimatize to life at Pirates. That can be a big problem.
But also, some of those players coming from smaller teams, Kwaiba from Chipa United, Moremi from Amazulu, Sibelebele from
TS Galaxy
and CMI as well, but especially Sibelebele,
Nemtajela
from Marumo, coached by a coach who was coaching him, Mbutuma from Richards Bay. Those players have got something in common. Yeah. They've won national colours, even before they got to Pirates. So now you're talking about national team players. Yeah, they've got that thing, Coach Yeye, when he talks about Sibelebele, his heart melts,
Very good player.
Sibelebele,
Yeah, very good. He can play, multiple positions.
Yes.
That's a good thing about him. He can play right back, he can play right wing, he can play left wing, So, and he's very good. He's very good. He can. I just feel like, Pirates, for this season, for a very long time, Pirates look very, very.
Do you see them challenging Sundowns strongly for the
league title? I think I feel so. And the good test is going to be the MTN 8 semi-finals. You cannot judge on that because it's a cup game, But league, we play 30 games. And that's where your depth comes in. And I think Pirates have that.
On that note, what do you guys think of Coach Cardoso's view of having a smaller squad? Taking into consideration that you are allowed to register 40 players by CAF.
For me, I feel like, sometimes coaches, they believe that to manage the players, a smaller squad it's more important, you know, the unity, you know, the atmosphere. Everyone has that belief that is in the play, you know, because sometimes you have this red card, you have injuries, but because they're playing Champions League, they're playing a lot of cup games, you know, because they're going to be competing all levels. So you need that squad. But you know, some of the teams they sign more than 50, but some teams, I think, like Sundance, if you have 35 players, but quality, you don't just have players just because of their players, so they don't add value. You have players that if right back is out, the next right back will
You have at least 30.
probably, let me say 33.
33.
Yeah, 33 will be good for you because
Well, the way they are cutting, I think they could even end up with less than 30 players.
No, 33 will be good. 33, you have 30 players.
Dangerous.
Yeah, less than 30 because.
It will be very dangerous, less than 30.
Yeah.
We're not going to the Champions League with
Yeah,
this, with
and
this
also
program.
because, you see, in Africa, it's not just about, it's also about the distances that you are traveling.
Thank you.
You know?
And they own a charter, so
they're not charter.
You have the league to play.
Those Sundowns fans.
They're not sleeping at the airport.
Yeah.
They come straight after the match.
And that's why, you know, Coach Pizzo, I remember when he was there at Sundowns, he started this thing. Coach Rulani and Coach Mangaba continued with it. Even when they were traveling, they would travel with the whole squad.
Yeah.
So that the other players trained there.
Yeah,
must
You know, they don't leave players
Anyone
behind.
Yeah.
But I don't think other clubs can afford that thing.
No. No, they won't afford it. It's quite costly.
Yeah.
Especially in the charter.
In a charter, 5-star bookings that side.
Yeah.
They were telling me the bookings there, the flight to the World Cup high. It was something else.
But there's another games as well we didn't discuss. Swelele, Golden Arrows, and I can see our Coltrane Bapi is there.
And building the jersey and all these things.
And I just also want to say condolences to the Swelele family, the loss of L. Davids, who was working in the space of a graphic designer. Sad news that he was involved in a car accident. I just learned of that this week, and I assumed that maybe they would have been traveling, because also they were involved also with, also in the accident was some of his colleagues as well. So we send our condolences to the Siwelele family, to the Davis family as well, and everyone close to him. Sithi akuhlanga nokuhlanga. Very interesting game. This one's also it's the start of a new journey for Swelele in Bloemfontein.
You know, we are looking for two things: football and the defense on the stands.
Yes.
I hope that they come in numbers and fill that place. The Swelele supporters, they've been. I know this is not quite Celtic. Yeah, they're going to be swallowed by that, by that noise there. They've been. I know this is not quite Bloemfontein Celtic, but it's the closest thing to Celtic, so they might as well just enjoy it, you know. Same colors, you know, so sort of the same talk and all these things. That should be nice. I would want to go and watch, attend one of the matches there soon.
Yes.
Just to also speak to people there and find out what it means to them and all that. But on the football side, you know, with Coach Siema there, I think there will be a little bit of a move from the super sport thing, the way super sport used to play, to the way Coach Siema likes to play his football.
Yes.
Even though most of the personnel will be the super sport personnel, with Coach Mangom, you know.
Yes, and Coach Mangoma, actually, we spoke to him, and he's talking about the youngsters that he's brought. You know, yes, I mean, we saw him in the playoffs, and you know, Arrows has always had that DNA. They give a chance to the talent, especially talent in KZN.
And they try to play football.
And it's important, Coach, for a club to believe in its model.
No, very important. I mean, Golden Arrows, you know, right from time, you always know them, you know. They're the team that produce a lot of talents, you know, sell to bigger teams, you know, and they have the model of playing. And he, you know, the coach, he's the one that started everything. I remember, you know, when they played finals in the Orlando Stadium against Ajax, you know.
I was there.
You know, it was, I mean, they play good football. You know. They play good football. And, you know, since he left, you know, the team wasn't the same. You know, but the modem is there. But now coming back again, I think, you know, having his team from pre-season to the beginning of the season, I think is good for him. You know, now he has, he's going to stamp his authority and he's going to bring that DNA of Golden Arrows, how they play, you know. And they really play good football, you know.
I remember players like Lucky Sibeko, the late Becca Pakati.
Y2K.
Y2K.
Yes.
Papi Zotwani. Top team.
Yes,
It was not easy to go there and get the result. They played good football.
Yeah. Good move to move Chiefs game against Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch's home game was supposed to be at Cape Town Stadium, but we saw that pitch last week when they played against Amazulu at Cape Town Stadium. But now it's at same time on Sunday, but being played at Athlone Stadium. And I think it's a good call.
Yeah, it is a good call. Chiefs also, they try to play football, you know.
Yes. Coach Nabi says, brace yourself for a much better Chiefs this season.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
No. We'll be watching on Friday.
Sunday.
On Sunday. We'll be watching on Sunday. Also for Chiefs, I know a lot of people may not believe this, but I would love Chiefs to do well. I want to see Chiefs. It saddens me to see Chiefs in the state that they are in now.
It's good for the league.
It's good for the league, but obviously they don't have the divine right. You've got to work for it. I think they showed bravery by not getting rid of the coach. There was a lot of pressure and that stuff. These players now know how it feels to win something. That may be the right tonic to spare them on to go through. The league is not easy. It's very, very difficult. It needs consistency. They've got a few players there who needs to.
How important is for the coach to start well?
It's very important, you know. Win the first game. You know, Chiefs, when they win the first game, the whole country will come to the standstill. But follow up, you know, win 1-1, win 2, maybe in the block of 5.
And remember, this is a Stelli's team that they dominated last season. In terms
they beat them 3 times or something like that.
Yes. So there's a lot to prove from their side as well.
Because Stelli's, even though they're a very, very organized, well-coached team, once in a while they just lose their bearings. They tend to lose matches where you don't.
And last week against Amazulu, I thought Amazulu let them go. They let them, you know, they really, they should have beaten them. Especially in that last 5 minutes of 90 minutes. You know.
Yeah. So this is a good test for Chiefs. Let's see how he set up the team. Let's see how they play. And you know, I can only wish them well. You look like you sound like you don't believe me. No, I really want to see Chiefs do well. You know, I really want to see them do well.
Everyone believe you, Zizo.
Everyone wants Chiefs to do well.
Believe you, Zizo.
But for the league, the league is not going to be easy. You have to constantly.
I don't think Chiefs will be in the title race.
No, they won't be.
I don't think we'll be in the title race.
They won't be.
I still feel that Chiefs is like 3 players short. You know, 3 players short. We know some of the players, where are they? And you know, they're still locked in other issues. But I think let's just keep it there for now. We'll come back next week, because as we talk about Bloemfontein, now something is building inside me.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Something is building inside me as we talk about Bloemfontein.
Bafana.
Yes. You know, we start that build up. But next week, we'll come back and discuss it properly.
But he's still talking about the boardroom story and all those things. We are not there.
No, I mean...
No.
On the 9th of September. On the 9th of September,
you and your boardroom issues.
It's around the corner now. We have 3 points in the boardroom, and we have 3 points on the pitch. But we wait.
I said to him before the show of camera that he must do the bookings now. Book accommodation, book the flights. We are going there. Don't waste time.
So you saw, we play the first game against our neighbors. There on a Friday. The 5th. The 9th.
You played.
As we are busy flying, we are still there.
No.
There.
We already going to be here.
Set up Camp in Johannesburg.
Make sure. That game is the most important game.
No, but you must play that your first game as well.
Yeah, we have to play, but that one is not. We've sorted that one out. We are playing against the team that we are competing direct to. So this is the finals before the finals.
Okay.
But September is still a long way to go.
No, the build-up starts now. What next week? Next week.
Yeah.
This is one of the topics next week. And also the SAFJA awards. You've seen the SAFJA nominations.
Yes,
Now,
interesting
and they, the SAFJA nominations, you saw. We included Ikram Reinas. And we didn't just include the members, the SAFJA members. As you can see there, the SAFJA members voted. You know, and also the SAFJA Women's Awards as well. So very interesting. Introducing also the CAFCC football tournament of the year as well. There's that Kaba Cup. You know, that Kaba Cup organized by, you remember Mangaba Mkize? Yes. So some of the players in that Kaba Cup are playing in Premier Division. Scouted just now. There's a player, Akokolo, at Amazon, comes from there. You look at that team. Butuma, he was scouted in this, and this is why for me, this is one thing that I like about KZN teams. They give young talent, and they scout young talent in their province. But I think we'll have more on this.
Before you close, I still say it was injustice that Ikram Reinas was not nominated for the PSL Awards.
no, you can put him now.
Soft justice all have saved you.
You can put him.
But he deserved to be there.
Yeah, no.
Going back.
We'll blame the coaches and the players.
Going
because
back.
there's no award for him from the awards that we vote for. You understand what I mean? There's no award. The award where me and you were part of that panel, the Telkom, it deservedly went to Shipeseze. But Ikram Reinas was also there, but Shipeseze had to get it. But when you look at the other awards that had to give player, or even player of the season, they were there.
That one you can't argue that.
He was supposed to have been there.
No, that one, no. But players of the season, no. There's only one winner there.
I'm not saying he must win.
Oh yeah,
but
nomination. Oh yeah.
But who was not going to be there?
I would have picked him ahead of Makhala for me.
Ahead of Makhala. Okay, that's debatable.
On the basis of goal contributions and just general.
Yeah. He did. I mean, he did very well. He did very well. He did very well.
He was.
He went to help the team to a final.
Went to Champions League. Even for them to go to the final, he scored.
At least he should have been in the footballer of the season or players.
One of them.
Yeah, definitely.
But not winning it.
No.
Just to be.
Ribeiro was a man.
Ribeiro kutanga kata akahambe. On that note,
Jambo Africa.